Hey world, hey world. Tonight is Hangout with the Queen. Hello, today I'm going to just hang out and chit chat with you guys for a minute. It's Friday night and we just hanging out with the marketing queen. Let me know who's on here. Speak to me, speak to me. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I ain't gonna be on here long. I just came on for a little while. I want to give people some time to tune in. Let's see here. Get on my other screen so I can see what's going on. Let me close some of my tabs out. I got millions of tabs across the top. Just waiting. Waiting. Waiting on y'all to get your notifications to let you know I'm on this thing. What's up? What's up? Just checking in for the Friday night. Let's see. Now, I'm not going to be on here long tonight. I was just checking in to see if anybody wanted to check in. If don't nobody check in, I'm going to get off. I ain't going to be on here all night waiting on people to check in and everything. You get the notification, log in, and then this might actually be my last actual live. I'll probably start doing lives maybe twice a month instead of every week. I might start doing it twice a month or maybe even once a month. But I'm going to be doing more uploads and less of the actual lives. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Because I came on, if somebody had questions, I would be able to answer questions for people and everything. But people don't really have many questions. So there's no, I'm going to be doing more uploads. And then if you have questions, you can just leave them in the comment section of the uploads. That's what I'm going to be doing from now on. I might check in maybe once a month. And then I'm going to be leaving my my other weekly check-ins for the actual RAE Nation. So the members of RAE Nation is going to get my weekly calls and weekly check-ins and everything. And that's how we're going to do it. We have to rebrand and restructure and get some things in order. And you'll be getting a lot of uploads coming from me. I'm trying to upload like twice a week. I don't know who's on, so I can't speak to you. If you speak. But I'm not going to be doing live as much anymore. I'm going to probably be doing maybe once a month. And then I'll be doing my weekly calls and check-ins for the RAE Nation members. So if you're a RAE Nation member, then we'll still be weekly calling one another, being on the lives and doing stuff like that. Now, our weekly lives, they're going to be just like this, except it's going to be a private link. And it'll be unpublished. Nobody will get to see it but the people who are actually invited, the people in the membership club. That's how it's going to go from now on. And today, don't be afraid to delete people who are not taking action. Sometimes you could get so caught up into the vanity metrics of things, looking at numbers and looking at how many people are on your list and how many people are this and how many people are that. And if you got 1,000 people on your list and 950 people ain't doing nothing but just opening your emails, but they not taking action, I delete the 950 people that's not doing nothing and only opening my emails, and I only keep the 50 that's actually doing something, because it makes no sense. I don't work off vanity metrics. I don't work with just people that's the numbers. Because the numbers don't mean anything if you can't convert it. So don't get so caught up into the vanity metrics and to where people ain't taking no action. You got to know how to prune. You got to know how to prune your list. If nobody's doing anything, nobody's taking action, nobody's doing anything, you got to know how to revamp and restructure as fast as possible. If it ain't working, you got to rework it until it works. So some things just don't make sense. So when it don't make sense, you don't need to do it like that. You just revamp and you restructure. You don't quit the whole business, because you know the business work, but you have to quit some of the things that you're actually doing. So that's what I do. Once a month, I prune my list. If you're not taking no action on my list, if you're not doing anything, all you're doing is being a professional email opener. I don't need a professional email opener. You got plenty of lists to join, and you can just open emails all day long and read emails all day. But I want to work with people who are actually ready to work. And I don't see, it's the thing is this: only 5% of people are successful at anything anyway. 5% of people are successful at anything anyway. Hey, Lake and Kisses, how are you? Only 5% of people are successful at anything. On YouTube, everybody on YouTube ain't making money. On Facebook, everybody on Facebook ain't making money just because they posting content every day. Instagram, people on Instagram, everybody ain't making money just because they posting content. It's only 5% of people that's, hey, Lisa Clark, how are you? It's only 5% of people that's successful at anything anyway. And they are successful because they know how to do what they do. So with me, I prune my list once a month because I don't accept a bunch of professional email openers. If you're not taking action, I'm not the one whose list you need to join, because I don't work with a bunch of people that's just watching me. I work with people who working. When you're working, and I'm working with the people who actually want to take action. People are looking, and people are, I have to look over here when I'm looking at the screen, y'all. And when I look in here, I'm looking directly in the camera. So, hey, y'all. So yeah, when you people got to understand, you know how the information I gave away last night, 2 people actually took action from the information that I gave away. All that information I gave away, 2 people took action. 95% of people don't succeed at anything, not just online marketing. I'm talking about affiliate marketing, network marketing, anything, businesses, period. Because sometimes they don't just take the action. They look, they tune in, they look, they do all of this type of stuff, they research, they do this and do that, but they don't take the action that takes them to the next level. So all that information I gave, and I am taking it down. I'm taking that video from last night, I'm taking it down, and I'm putting it to private. I gave away all that information to show the people who were serious what I have to offer, because this is going to be, well, not that exact video, but this is in my courses. You know what I mean? This is in one of my mini courses. I gave that information away, and so many people actually showed up to get the information, but 2 people took action from the information. 2 people. So if you run the numbers, you will see why it's only a certain amount of people that's succeeding at this stuff. So every month I prune my list. Because I have to grow. You got to be willing to trim those dead ends. You got to be willing to curse that fig tree. The fig tree ain't producing no figs. You got to be willing. Those are the harsh realities of business. Business is not just all fun and games all the time. Are you in business to just post YouTube videos all day long? Or are you in business to make money? We in business to make money. We just use YouTube as a platform because it's a traffic source. So if you're in business to make money, you got to know how to make money, and you got to know what to do when things are not converting. Things are converting all the time. They are doing what they need to do. But me, I just work with a certain type of crowd. I work with a certain type. So when you're on the internet, you draw all kinds, and then you have to determine what you're willing to work with and what you not willing to work with. And me, I don't work with procrastinators. I've never worked with a procrastinator. Never. I don't work with procrastinators. I work with people who actually take action. The only way you're going to get results is if you take action. I'm not sitting up pulling teeth. When I find out a person is procrastinating, I've been having my own business since 2001. I'm new to YouTube as far as this income stream. Hey, Bifanunu, how are you? I'm new to YouTube. I'm not new to YouTube. I've been on YouTube since 2009. I'm talking about, and I was already monetized with YouTube before all the rules changed, and before they said we need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I was already monetized with YouTube. I lost the monetization because I didn't have those requirements that they had, and I wasn't using YouTube for monetization at the time. I wasn't doing them, just posting videos, just every now and then, how people are doing right now. That's all I was doing back then, because I wasn't my business is not operating around YouTube at the time when I was doing it. Now, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I said, I'm going to take YouTube serious. I'm going to create another stream of income. And then I got on YouTube and started cranking out the videos so that I could hit those requirements. And then because I wanted to add a stream of income, not because I was wanting it, not my only stream of income. It's not my only stream of income. I make money from my referral business. So that was another stream of income that I'm adding to it. And then, so I decided I'm going to start doing YouTube. So when you have multiple streams of income, you got more choices than somebody who just trying to make that one work. You got choices. So you decide who you want to work with and make sure your business is stress-free. When your business is stress-free, you providing the value that the people need, the people getting what they need, and they taking action. It's so frustrating when you provide the value that they need and then they get the value and they don't take no action. That's for me, that's frustrating. Now, people say to me all the time, well, why you care? You gave them the value. It's their problem. They didn't do no with it. That's not the reason why I feel a certain way, is because I know what they could get if they actually took the action. Some people don't care about nothing but money. That's why they say, oh, don't worry about it. You got the money. I don't care about that. I want the result. Go ahead and do what you're supposed to do so you can get the results. But people be like, well, that ain't your problem. That's their problem. They didn't do nothing, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but why did they do anything if they wasn't going to do nothing? I can't get it. I'll never get it. And they was like, well, I've been going through this since 2017. Same thing. People they pay a lot of money, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, and all of it. And then just let it sit, procrastinate, do this, do that, do everything but what they signed up to do. And I'm like, why did you even say? But that's just how it is. So now I like to make sure people are serious about what they come to me about, because for me, that's like it's actually still a waste of my time, even though money was exchanged and even though they paid and everything. That ain't what I want. I want people to actually do this stuff so they can see that $100,000 a year or whatever. They can be $100,000 a month. It's the same principles. It's just how much you do. So if you can't sit down and take the time to do what it takes to make your extra $100,000 a year or your $100,000 a month or whatever it is you're gonna be making, then that's the part that I cut out. So once I do that every month on my list, I prune my list. And then when you're ready to take action, you can come back. You can always come back and rejoin. But just know that I'm pruning because I don't want. You can have a list with 20,000 people on it, 100 people opening your emails, and 10 people taking action from the email. Who wants that? That's you just got a list with 20,000 people on it. If they're not taking action from your emails, they're not going to watch your videos, they're not doing this and doing that, it's time to prune. In order for your hair to grow, you got to trim your ends. Your hair ain't growing if you don't cut them split ends. When you're trying to get your grass to grow right, you got to cut that grass and it'll start back growing. You got to learn how to prune. You got to learn how to weed out all that unnecessary stuff. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm creating my mini course. The mini course is coming up. It's going to be paid and it's going to be automated. That way, the steps are still the steps. The steps are going to always be the steps. And it's going to be in an automated course where people just come through self-paced. Then they can come through self-paced. And all they do is absorb the information, get the information, and work at their own pace. And it'll be like, it's basically a 7 video mini course, 7 lessons telling you how to set your foundation up and how to get started, how to get connected, and how to set your whole system up so they can run on autopilot. So a lot of people are not making money because they don't know how to set their system up, and they get intimidated by that part. And so last night I gave all this stuff away to even get that going. And so I gave all that stuff away last night. I'm gonna private that part because the people, I said, let me go ahead because I was watching one of my millionaire mentors, and they were saying, it don't matter how much stuff you give away. people still not gonna pay attention to it. People not gonna, you can give everything away and people ain't gonna pay attention to it. You know what I mean? Like you can, I gave away a whole class last night and 2 people took action from the class last night. 2 people. And I'm like, dang, that is true. Lakeisha Bean, I don't know nothing about, I can't do nothing about that. I don't really too much know about why Facebook been tripping and doing all that crazy stuff with everybody's stuff. People are getting demonetized. People are getting they Facebook reels muted. All this stuff are happening. It ain't, I don't know what to do besides contact support. They not showing your reels. They ain't showing, well, I ain't posting no reels to see if they showing mine or not. So I don't really know. I don't really talk about Facebook as much. Only thing I do talk about Facebook is when they make changes and the changes that I actually know. With them, that's a support issue. You got to contact support when it comes down to, hey, law of attraction. You got to contact support when it comes down to that kind of stuff, because I don't work for Facebook. I'm just kind of, when I get the information that's happening, then I just report on the information that I got. So them not showing your reels, they probably ain't showing mine either. They probably ain't showing mine either. I just ain't posting none to realize if they showing them or not. So don't be afraid to lose, because when you're afraid to lose, you'll never win. People are so afraid to lose. That's why they can't win. You got to be afraid. You can't be afraid to lose. You got to be saying, okay, whatever happened, I got to do it like this. Because when you do it a certain way, that's how you get your growth. If you let everybody come in and take control, okay, I got my car business, right? On my car business, I got my funnel set up the same way I taught all y'all to do it last night. Same way I taught everybody else. My car business, same way. I got my funnel set up. I got an 85% conversion rate. At the time when this happened, I had an 85% conversion rate. So what that means, out of every 100 people that come to my page for my cars, then 85 people sign in, right? 85. That means 15 are rocking away. So now that's a high conversion rate. If you know anything about conversions, you know that 85% conversion rate is high. It was some lady, I don't remember who it was at the time. This was a few years ago. Some lady decided she's going to send me a message or something and say she didn't take action because she couldn't see the cars. She couldn't see the cars up front, so she didn't want to sign in. So am I supposed to change my whole business structure and my whole business model because one person decided that they can't see the cars, so they don't want to? You got to qualify for the cars before we even know what to show you. So if I change my whole business model around for that 15%, when I got 85% doing it the way I told them to do it, because this makes more sense. So you're going to change your whole business model around for one person that can't drive but one car at a time. You want to see all the cars, but you can't drive but one anyway. And you don't even know if you qualify for the one. And most of the time, the people I help, they don't qualify for what they're looking for. When you're looking for Bentleys and Benzes and all that kind of stuff for 500 down, it's a different ball game. So you have to do it. If you go up to $1 million home and you don't make but $5,000 a year, and you go browsing around and doing all this, no, when you walk in that open house, they're going to try to collect the app on you to see if you qualify. Those real estate agents, they want to make sure that it's not wasting their time. Everybody's time is valuable. Nobody wants you to waste their time. I don't want you to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. We ain't going to waste my dealership time. We ain't going to waste my salesperson time. So we're going to do it like this because I have 85% conversion rate. So if that means you, one person, or the 15% is walking away, cool. I'm fine with that because the 85% of the people are stress-free. I run a stress-free business. So the 85% is stress-free. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to understand you can't be afraid to lose. I don't care. Okay, go somewhere else then. You came to my site for help. If I can't help you because you want to see it your way, you got to go find it, do it your own way. You know what I mean? You got to go somewhere else and do, because over here We're going to do it like this. So people are so afraid to lose. When I tell people a certain way to set their business up, sometimes they be like, yeah, but so-and-so, they might not sign up. They might leave. The fear of losing is so heavy on them that they can't win. You losing, you afraid of losing, and you ain't even got nothing coming in yet. You don't even have nothing happening for you to lose. You got to set it up the right way so you can start having something for you to actually lose anything. So you can't be afraid to lose, because that's how you win. You win by not being afraid to lose. It's going to be risk out there, but the reward is going to be greater than the risk most of the time. If you're doing the right stuff and you in the right niche and all that other good stuff. So a lot of disclaimers go with all of that, because you can't guarantee nobody's success. This ain't a job. Nobody can guarantee your success. But if you take it seriously, you can put yourself in a position to have as many streams of income as you need to have or as you want to have. You just got to get one stream of income working first. A lot of people are saying, do this and do that. They trying to get you to scatter yourself and do everything, post on all platforms, do this, do that. But guess what? The same people that you watching, I bet you they mastered one thing at a time before they did that. You trying to do what they doing. They've been doing it for 10, 15 years or whatever. You trying to do what they doing. But when they started, they only did one thing at a time. But they telling you to do everything, and you watching them do everything. Now you try to do what they doing, and they 10 steps ahead of you. You cannot start out where they are. You got to start out where they started from. If you want to be like somebody, a lot of people want to be like somebody else. If you want to be like somebody, you have to start out where they started from. You can't start out where they are right now and they got 10, 15 years on you. You can't. It won't work like that. So if you want to do what this person is doing, you got to do what they did to get where they are. You got to start from, everybody starts at the start line. So when you trying to duplicate somebody else's success and you try to do everything the way they doing it, go back to where they started from and see how they started. You know what I'm saying? See how they started. I bet you they became a master of one thing first, and then they created multiple streams of income. Ask any successful person, how do you create multiple streams of income? You got 5 streams of income making $50 each. Get one stream of income making something. Some people say get it to making 10,000 before you even do anything else. I say get at least one site making 1,000 before you open another site. Now on the internet, what I do, it's about sites, websites, and different niches and stuff like that. So everybody's saying something different. But you starting a whole bunch of different things and don't have one thing going yet. $100 on Instagram, $100 on Facebook, and then $100 here and $100. It ain't before platforms. It ain't before platforms that's paying. Get one thing to do it, whatever it needs to do. That's why, well, I've been in my referral business, this particular referral business, since 2011. I didn't start doing everything else under the sun until I had that doing what it needed to do and rolling and making me a certain amount before I added a stream of income. It got to be making money when I'm asleep. It got to be generating leads when I'm asleep. I got to be able to wake up in the morning, have 3-4 leads in the bank, and then call my salesperson and say, hey, get ready, because I got 3 or 4 of them for you. That's how it has to happen before I start branching off and doing this other stuff. If it's not happening like this, and you spreading yourself all over the place, doing this, and this, because you see somebody else doing this, they already got their stuff established. They started one way. They didn't start every way. Who in the world is going to tell you to start every way at the same time? A leader. Look at any leader in your niche and see who's going to tell you to start every way at the same time. If you start every way at the same time, you just posting and you're doing a lot of things like that, you may be trying to find yourself. But when you come down to, if you already know who you are, you're going to have to master one thing first. And then you branch off and you go to another. Every mentor I done listened to, master one thing first and then branch out. You know what I mean? You master this. You can't master every platform, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. They all work different. You could post the same content on every single platform. It's gonna do good over here. It might not do good over here. It might do good over here and over here, but it might not do good on Instagram. Or it may be good for Instagram, but it may not be good for YouTube. These platforms, they don't all work exactly the same. And so you posting the same, it's okay to, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with posting the same content, but every now and then you got to kind of understand you can't post the same content on Facebook that you post on LinkedIn, because it's a whole different crowd of people on LinkedIn. They're not looking for dancing videos on LinkedIn. They're not looking for, you know what I'm saying? So you got to know your platforms and know who is on the other side of their platform. And then you got to know how to cater to your audience. You cannot make sales if you don't know how to cater to the actual audience. So a lot of people are not making sales. And you try to get people to understand this is how you make sales. This is how you can't make sales no other way. You can do a lot of posting, but is that making you a sale? It may be making you 40 cents per 1,000 views, but is that generating you a $200 conversion or a $500 or $1,000 class or is that generating you anything like that? If you're only doing it a certain way, that's all you're going to be able to make is the bare minimum. So when we do RAE Nation, we got to open our minds up. Our minds got to be so open to success. You can't be afraid of the success. You know what I mean? Like you can't be afraid to do what it takes to reach the goals that you set for your own self. If you set a goal for yourself, you got to be willing to do what it takes to reach the goal that you set for yourself. I didn't set the goal. You know what I mean? I didn't set the goal. But when you set the goal and somebody says, this is how you're going to reach this goal, then you got to be willing to do what it takes to not just, oh, okay, that was good information, and then don't do nothing. Do the information and see how it works for you. Watch it work. If you just do the actual stuff, take the steps, watch it work. Everybody who has taken the steps, when it comes to affiliate marketing, that's the easiest way to get in position of making money online. I taught a whole situation last night, and 2 people took action from the whole situation I taught last night. A whole situation. 2 people. You know what I mean? I gave it all out there. I gave it out. Well, I didn't give it all, but I'm just saying, like, I gave a whole bunch for newbies to get started and put themselves in a position. I gave all that last night. People showed up. You know what I mean? People showed up. They said they learned some stuff, but 2 people actually showed that they learned something because they took action. You know what I mean? So you got to understand this. This is it's still a numbers game. It's still a numbers game, but you got to be willing to prune your list. You got to be willing to prune or you'll just have a bunch of people on your list not doing nothing, and it's costing you money every month to have a list. You paying for your list every single month because you got to pay to host your list, and you got a bunch of non-action takers on your list not doing nothing. Not open. They open your emails and they look and they read and they close the email out. What's the purpose? You don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like I don't do that. So I do this because that's how you grow. I do this every single month, and that's how you grow your list to having an effective and an impactful business. You got to be willing to cut that other stuff loose, because that other stuff ain't nothing. You got to separate the wheat from the tare. Separate the wheat from the tare, the wheat from the weeds. This is wheat. These are weeds. We're going to cut these weeds off, even though the numbers going to go down a little bit. We're going to cut these weeds off, and we're going to work. We're going to focus on the wheat and keep growing where we need to grow. We're going to trim these dead ends, and then we're going to let the hair grow back in a healthy manner. That's what you got to do. So you want to do that type of stuff. You want to educate yourself. And then we ain't got but a few months left for the end of the year. We in August. We finna be in August. So we finna get ready to move into a whole nother year. What's going to be different? What's going to be different? Posting on, when the platform's changing, steady posting on these platforms, trying to make, when they go down to 3 cents per 1,000 views on every platform, gonna still be just posting on that, trying to make the 3 cents? Or you gonna be done connected with a company, partnered with me, started recommending the products that I'm putting out so you can make some real money? You know what I mean? Like, well, how you gonna do it? You gonna create your own products? You gonna create your own products, or you gonna partner with companies like my stuff, and then be promoting it and making 50% of the money, and then just making money like that. What you gonna do? You could create your own income. You could create your own income and your own flow if you in the right niche and everything, and you actually help people. If you help people, then you can do a lot of things if you actually helping people. If you just entertaining people, or if you just doing some other stuff, it's a different ball game. You got to do yours a different way. But when you like to help people and you can help people see some results, or you can show people the way to get results, it's a different ball game. So don't be afraid to lose, because if you're afraid to lose, you can't win. So that's why I love when Eric Thomas say winners win and losers lose. See, winners win regardless. They can lose a round, they can lose a game, they can lose, but they are still a winner. So even just because you lost a game or a round or whatever, a round or a game, anything, just because that don't make you a loser. You know what I mean? A winner is still a winner. You can lose some rounds, but you're still a winner. So you got to know how to hit. They say fail fast. Fail as fast as you can. That means you got to be doing something to fail as fast as you can. If you're sitting around not doing nothing, you just prolonging all the stuff that it's going to take you to get to your next level. Go ahead and start hitting your head up against the wall ASAP, so that you can go ahead and start learning from your mistakes. The only way you're going to get to where you're trying to go, you got to be able to put it out there so you can see what the mistakes are, so you can correct the mistakes. You never put nothing out there. You're waiting on the perfect time. You're waiting on this. You're waiting on that. And then guess what? Even when you get started, you still got to start from scratch. So what you waiting on? So that's what I wanted to say tonight. I want to say, don't be afraid to lose, because you cannot win if you are so afraid to lose where you ain't really doing nothing. Oh, if I do this, I'm gonna hurt somebody, make somebody mad. People gonna get mad at you regardless. You know what I mean? People will love you one day, hate you the next. People will praise you one day and put you on a cross the next. You can't worry about offending somebody. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what it's going to take. If you get mad about the delivery, that's you. I'm me all the time. I'm not me half the time. I'm not me when you want me to be me, and then I can't be me when you don't want me to be me. I can't, you know what I mean? I got to be me at all times. I was born being me. I wasn't born being nobody else. I can't do this the way they do it. I got to be 100% me at all times. So if you can't take the delivery, I'm just not for you. That's how you got to think about your business. People are going to get offended. People are going to get, oh, hey, y'all. I ain't been too much looking, but people are going to get offended. People are going to get mad. People are going to try to do this. People are going to try to do that. Guess what? Keep helping the people who want to be helped. Keep doing what you're supposed to do to the people you supposed to do it for. If you operating in your purpose, if you operating, I ain't talking about all that other stuff. I'm talking about if you operating in what you supposed to be operating in, and you doing what you was called to do, what you was purposed to do. It ain't really like with me. I have to talk about walking in your purpose and walking in your calling and doing what you, and then as you walking, we showing you how to get connected to companies that's going to help you along the way. Once you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's companies out there that you can get connected to that's gonna, you can make money while you walking in your purpose. You don't have to be broke and all that and stressed out while you actually walk. So I'm teaching you how to set up something so you can be making money while you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Now, ain't that the life? You doing what you're supposed to be doing and you making money. You know, like how good is that? And then you ain't stressing on if Facebook changing the rules again. They changed the rules again. You ain't worried about if Instagram is paying you. I'm telling you, I made that $100 on Instagram so fast. I made the $100 so fast, and now I'm at $100.56. And I don't know what am I making 3 cents 1,000 views, or am I making half a cent 1,000 views? What am I making? See, so but guess what? Instagram ain't my main platform, but Instagram have brought me in a brand deal. So I'm not just making cents per 1,000 views. I got a brand deal. My clothes are on the way. You know what I mean? My stuff is on the way. All I'm waiting on now is my tracking number. So it can bring you in more if you know how to position yourself. If you don't know how to position yourself, The only thing you're going to bring in is what they tell you you're going to make. That's just like you going to get a job at the Burger King and them telling you they pay $7 an hour or whatever they pay per hour. I don't know what they pay per hour. But, you know, it's the same thing if you allow it to be. Now, if you can put it in a perspective to where you can say, hey, I'm going to do it like this. I got products on this platform. When people promote the products, they make 50%. They make 50, I make 50. I done already put in the work. I done already created the products. It can hold them over. They can make money until they create their own product, or they can just keep promoting the product and just earning money with it. I promote other people's products. You know what I mean? I don't just promote my product. I promote other people's products because everybody is not going to want your product. All successful people that's in this arena, everybody promoting each other products. Nobody's being so greedy to where they only promoting their own products. You know what I mean? Like nobody's doing it. Oh, how much you gonna be making? They scared that somebody else gonna make a cent. The way you make money is when you collabing and partnering and JVing joint ventures with other people. That's how you make money. You make money by being connected. Your connections mean everything. You make money by being connected to others. Come in. You make money by being connected and then working with different brands and stuff like that, or different people that done put out something, and then y'all make money together. It's all about being unified and being together with one another. So you got to learn that kind of stuff. You can't be greedy and worried about what somebody else gonna make and oh, I'm doing all the work. You can't be doing all the work. If you were doing all the work, you wouldn't have nothing to promote. Somebody had to do the work in order for you to be able to promote the product. If I sit up and try to tell the big wigs, oh, I ain't gonna promote this because I only make 50% and I'm doing all the work. Them people spent 2-3 years and $500,000 creating the product to give to us to promote. And then I'm gonna get greedy and say, I'm doing all the work. That's crazy. So you don't want to end up getting into a position like that. You want to always keep your mind open and understand how money's supposed to flow. The more you connected, and the more you doing everything, that's how you actually increase and maximize your profits. You can increase your income. And that one little thing you're doing, that one job, or not job, but online, the 40 cents per thousand views, the 3 cents per thousand views, and all that stuff. Now, instead of 3 cents per thousand views, guess what you could be doing? Instead of 3 cents per thousand views, 3 cents per thousand views, but then the product is $37 and you made half of that. So you just took it up. You might make one sale every 1,000 views. So now you're making what? $15 per 1,000 views, because you're going after you actually start doing something and you start knowing your numbers, you will know, shoot, I make a sale every 1,000 views. You just gave yourself a raise from the 3 cents per 1,000 views that TikTok pay and Instagram or whatever they pay. You gave yourself a raise from whatever they pay per 1,000 views to whatever they pay plus raise product, the planner or the content to profit, the mini course. Well, the mini course is going to be $97 and it's 50-50 on that. Whatever it is, if you can crank out some stuff and you can actually make a sale from it, you just gave your own self a raise. So you got to know how to think. You got to know how to think. Like people, it's business, tactics and stuff. That's not how a lot of people make money. You can know all these tactics. Like people watch videos every single day, all day long, learning tactics and strategies, and they still not making nothing. You know why people be saying it's a scam and all that kind of stuff? Because they done learned all these tactics. They done learned a lot of strategies and tactics, but they never learn how to think. They never learn how to think. That's the reason why they can't do nothing. You learned a lot of tactics. You learned a lot of strategies. You took a video. You watched the video. You did video after video after video after video, and but you never learned how to think. You never learned how to have the tenacity. You never learned how to execute or do all that. So now it's a scam because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You got to know how to think about this stuff. This stuff is, people take courses. The reason why people take courses is because courses teach you how to think, and it helps you be accountable. You got to learn how to think in order to see. Millionaires don't think like 5-figure earners. A millionaire not thinking the same way as a 5-figure earner. A billionaire ain't thinking the same way a millionaire is thinking. A millionaire ain't thinking the way 6-figure earners thinking. Everybody's thinking on a different level. That's why they on the level that they on. So the whole way to get to another level is your mind, not tactics, not strategies, mindset. Everything starts with mindset, but people don't realize how important mindset is. And that's the reason why they can't grow. You know what I mean? That's the reason why the people they're not willing to invest. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. And I can't afford to do this. And I can't afford to do this. If you can afford to eat out, then you can afford to invest in a course. You know what I mean? If you can afford to cable, if you can afford cable, like when I first got on the internet and started researching this stuff, the people were saying, these millionaires were saying, let that cable go. Let that cable go. What are you doing with cable? You ain't got no time to be watching cable. You need to be educating yourself on this business. All that cable stuff and watching TV, all that, watching people that's done already made they millions, watching them. Let that cable go. If you can minimize your bills, minimize all that extra bills and stuff, and then you can afford to invest in yourself. It's not that people can't afford to invest in themselves. It's just the priorities are different. It's not your priority to invest in yourself. That's the reason why you can't do it. You can do it when your priority is to do it, but you can't do it when your priority is not to do it. If I just wanted to go out and shoot pool and have a drink and do all this and order pizza all day long, then I can afford a mini course, or I can afford a course, a planner, a journal. I can afford this stuff, but I chose to go out and blow my money and have a good time with it. And that's the reason why I don't see a return. So that's what I want to talk about. And then I'm going to start doing uploads, not really lives. I'm going to start doing uploads because I got a specific purpose. But I'm coming out with the Content to Profits mini course and the blueprint. So the mini course and the blueprint is going to be available. I can't say when because I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it right now. So once they get available, I'm opening the doors up to work with certain members. You know, certain members that's already been taking action and everything. Because I'm going to have it on a platform where you can apply. And it just depends on what type of content you have too. Because everybody can't put it on their platform. You know what I mean? Like everybody's platform is not meant to be pushing a blueprint or a planner or journal or something like that. So it all just depends on what you got going. But I'm not just teaching people how to do stuff. I'm actually having an opportunity for people to work with me to get this stuff done. We both make money. We don't not just me and not just you. No, it ain't gonna just be you making the money. Not if I made the product. No, you can't just make all the money if I made the product. It can't work like that. And it ain't gonna work like that. And I'm not gonna explain that. If I got to explain that, then we're not gonna do business in the first place. So I'm coming up with all this stuff for us to have so we can all have our RAE Nation memberships going. So I will catch y'all. Next is going to be an upload. Everything else is going to be uploads from now on because the lives, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I might do lives maybe once a month. I probably do lives maybe once a month. And then I'm going to just get to strictly upload. And then if you have questions, just put them in the comment section. So I will see y'all a little later on and have a great one. Goodbye.